Yo. Welcome. You're back here with the Transferable Experience podcast. It's your boy Jew. I'm here with my best friend Ed. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How you feeling, man? How we feeling today?
Feeling all right, man. You know, just going through life.
Yeah. Hey, the sun rises, then the sun sets, and then it rises again. You know what I mean?
You know, we're getting closer and closer to daylight savings time ending. So
that does a lot for you, right? To have more sunlight.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just looking forward to it, to be able to work out again and
I feel
have
like
more sun and just. I think, I need that, man.
I feel like I got more of a day. Definitely have more of a day when I have more sunlight. Kind of more energetic to do things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my routine definitely improves, you know what I'm saying? I go to work, I come home, I go work out, and I still feel like I got enough energy to do like the little things or the more tasks, you know, the things that are more like a task, like laundry and cooking, you know what I mean? Getting ready for the next day and everything like that. And whereas when that happens, when I can fit more of that in my day. Before, it's like I feel like something not gonna get done. Like either I'm gonna give in to not doing my laundry or not cooking, or you know what I mean. Something like
Because when
that.
the sun is down already, you think, okay, it's nighttime. It's time to start preparing to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like it's time to get ready for the next day.
Yeah,
like
so
I just don't even got the energy to do.
You know what I'm saying? That sun still being out. When it, you know, when you get off work, that makes a difference. So, like I say, I go to work, and it's dark outside. When I get off, it's dark outside. So I'm just looking to get some sun. So I feel like I still got some day to myself.
And you inside most of the day, or do you ever get to, or
most
the
of the day inside?
Yeah. See, I have a nature of work when I'm outside all day. So I do leave for work when it's dark. But I do get my little dose of like sunlight. Yeah, throughout the day. So I can see how that can like really mess with somebody.
I've been needing that vitamin, man.
Hey, vitamin D.
Yeah, I need that sunlight.
Oh, I forgot to mention to you, I've been reading my book to let you know. The pack is going good, and definitely helped me. Like it's a good book about the cultivation of friendship. So it's definitely making me like take a look at my own friendships that I made and that I've cultivated throughout the years and everything like that. And it just made me, realize how thankful I am for having good people in my corner. The book is really good, and it's a short read. It's like might be 300 pages.
Okay,
but it ain't like no 400 pages or nothing like that. So the book is
you'll
going
have to
good.
get that to me when you're done with it.
Yeah, I want to circulate it. I definitely want to circulate it. So
I feel like anytime I get a good book. And it's like really, really good. I always like aggressively circulate it. Yeah. And I want everyone or as many people as I can get to read it before that one person who keeps saying, I'm going to get to it and have it for a year. Because
I'm the type of person, it's like a TV show, right? It's like if I recommend a TV show or I give you a book, I want to ask you about it because I want to talk about it. I want to see what you think when you read this part. Yeah. And see what you felt like when they did this and that like that. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm one of them people too. Like, man, you got to read this book.
Yeah. I love that. Especially like if it like had a huge impact on me and then I start giving it to other people and then they start, it start having an impact on them. Then they pass it along and then it
becomes like this shared knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Well, like even if we just sitting around with our friends or our group of people, it's like, man, I remember the book, man. I felt like he should have did that, or when he said that, I thought about you, Ed, because remember we talked about blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it's a good book. I've been really tapped in, and I think somebody else just recommended me a book, or they bought me a book. I think my girlfriend bought me a book. I'm like, dang, that just added to the list. Like, cause I'm not one of them people. I can't read 2 books at once.
Yeah, I don't understand how people read multiple books at once.
Yeah, like that is I
cannot do that.
That's a very interesting feat to me. If you can do that, hats off to you, man. Shout out to you, cause when I'm in a book, I'm into that. Like even when I'm not reading, I'm thinking about like, man, how you gonna get out of that? How they gonna tie that up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I like a book, I don't want to read anything else. can't stop until I finish that one. I can't just put it down and read something else. Yeah, I don't understand how people do that, but there's people that do that, though.
It is people. I know a lot of people that do that. So, but but to kind of just go back to the whole daylight saving time and stuff like that, talking about tasks and everything like that. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. I actually cooked for the first time yesterday.
Like for the first time in how long?
Probably like the first time in like a week. week and a half. Yeah, man.
A whole week?
A whole week, bro. I got caught up. I don't know, I just got caught up in life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like going to work. Like, okay, this goes all the way back to whenever we got froze over. You know what I'm saying? Like the shake back from that, it really did a number on me. I realized, like, routinely, like as far as what I do.
Yeah, because this would be week 3.
Week 3?
Yeah, this would be week 3.
Yeah, so like I'm picking up the pieces, you know. I'm picking up the pieces, and I'll be honest, like cooking is probably been like the last piece to put together. Because I don't know, I just had to get so many things back under my control that after working, you know what I'm saying, and navigating the work day, going hard. I know I mentioned that I work really hard when I'm at work. I get home and I go work out, which is more energy expended. It's just the one part of the day I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Then I'm driving on the way back, like, man, I could cook, but that's going. I think to myself, like, in the refrigerator, what do I have? I got this. Okay, I might have some chicken. I might have some kind of red meat, a steak or some lamb or something. Like, then I got to defrost that, prepare it, cook it, then wash dishes. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, I'm already thinking to myself, I ain't going to sleep till like, I'm old now, so I ain't going to sleep till like 10:30, 11. You know what I mean? Off rip. Or I probably won't even eat that meal till 8:30, which is like knocking on late for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as when I eat, I don't know. What you think, man? When the last time you cooked?
The last time I cooked was yesterday.
What you cook? If you don't mind sharing with us.
Well, I'm a vegetarian this week.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Well, it's just for 4 days, but Monday through Thursday. But I'm a vegetarian for 4 days, and I just did what I normally do. I just found like some plant-based ground beef.
Okay.
And I just made my normal little
little
some rice, a little rice, cauliflower, little veggies and whatnot, and
you season that thing up,
and just mix that all together, and
just
a healthy meal of some sort.
I don't think I tapped into plant-based ground beef yet.
Yeah, but
I ain't really eating a lot of ground beef anyway. So.
To introduce this episode,
go ahead.
This is episode 8 of the Transferable Experience podcast. Like Juice said, you're here with him.
Oh yeah, you're here with me. You're here with my boy Ed. Episode 8. You know what you got to do. Do all the things on all the things.
Do all the things on all the things.
All the platforms, all the buttons. You know what I'm saying? Except unsubscribe. But
and this week we kind of just wanted to talk about cooking as a whole and what that entails, and just the task that is cooking. And
kind of what it and where it fits in today, today in like society or whatever.
So
go ahead.
To take it, back to the beginning. When did you learn how to cook?
Learning how to cook. So,
what was your journey in learning how to cook? Because it is kind of like a process.
It is. Yeah, it ain't like you just pop out knowing, right?
Yeah.
So I come from a big family. I guess let me set the stage.
Okay.
I come from a big family. A lot of cousins. First of all, my immediate family is a rather big side because I have about 4 siblings. Had a mom, had a stepdad. So that's about 6 people in the house right there, and that's just us, right? My extended family, my larger family, including my aunts and uncles, it's easily about upwards to 35 plus. And you've been to a couple functions. So we were always a cooking family because it was kind of expensive to go out to eat on a regular basis or just buy like fast food or anything like that. So there was a lot of cooking going on in my house.
Yeah.
I will say we had some strong women in our family that pretty much took the reins of that most of the time. And every now and then, me, because I don't want to get into that, but like me as a boy, I fight outside playing football, whatever, playing the game. But every now and then I jump in the kitchen with my mama, like, oh, let me help you with this, and she'll let me like chop onions, chop green onions, chop peppers and stuff like that.
So it started with just chopping.
Yeah, it started with just chopping for me. She had me at the table, you know what I mean? She didn't let me get over no pot or no stove or nothing like that. But as we grew older, you know what I'm saying, she had some dishes that, like, my mama had some pretty good dishes, some signature dishes. I was like, man, that's pretty good. And I just started taking mental notes. Okay, she do this, she do that. And just kind of watching. And then, like, ultimately one day, I probably like 16, 17, when I started being like, all right, let me try to cook it. You know what I mean? Things like that. And that's like in the kitchen. As far as like barbecuing and stuff like that, my stepdad and my uncles, they had me out there as like 10. You know what I mean? Like watching the meat. Hey, flip that over while I go do this, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So kind of learned from experience, but it never gave me enough power to like mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what expedited that learning for me, because I knew some basic stuff, but what really got me into my groove when I went out to college, I was by myself most of the time, and I remember like being like, man, I can't just eat like Whataburger every day, you know what I mean? And then that's gonna put a hurting on the stomach and on the pocket, you know what I mean? Yep. So I started venturing out, and I started small.
What's the first thing you started with?
I remember the first day in our apartment, sophomore year of college, I fried chicken. And that was like, I don't know, for some reason, fried chicken, that was like, it's really like an ultimate test of cooking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you didn't start easy.
No. I went straight to the gut. You know what I mean? Fried chicken. That's the first meal I cooked in my apartment where my mama was not present. It was just me and my 3 other roommates, and I was cooking chicken. I was frying chicken for everybody. So the pressure was on, bro.
I'm about to say, I've bit into a lot of undercooked chicken, fried chicken in my lifetime.
Yeah. And I was mostly worried about that. And it turned out good. It was some good chicken. It was. And I was like, okay. I started like, okay, I could do this. Like, I can do this. Like, I could provide for myself. So it was definitely fried chicken. And like, but don't get me wrong, we had like macaroni and cheese, but it was like the box mac and cheese. It wasn't from scratch. And like sides were never from scratch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like.
So that was your like intro to it.
Yeah, intro.
Okay, so I think growing up, I always loved to eat. But my mom, she kind of like, she like being in control of the so that kitchen was hers.
The
and
domain,
like, like, don't slow her down. Like, you know, she boom, boom, pow, pow. So if you just gonna be in the way, just get out the way. So I just, with that, I didn't want to be in there anyway. So I was like, hey, I'll let you do your thing, and then if it was ever a time where they were gone and we just had to survive, you know. They had like some frozen stuff because I've always had reading comprehension, so I can throw something in the oven.
Yeah, you can follow directions.
Yeah, so I was just the oven boy, and
which not a bad route.
And then, like I said, I'm pretty sure I could like just do some, just boil something if I needed to. And then, heck, I was a little bit slower to the draw than you. I didn't even wait.
Come on, man. Come on, I know you jumped out there.
I know
you jumped out there.
Well, I waited because that sophomore year of college, when I finally got like a little apartment, it was just like a student living apartment, so I still had to have a meal plan, so I didn't really have to worry about food like that. So or if I was gonna quote unquote cook something, it would just be like I would just eat salad and
Yeah.
Had some like frozen chicken breast that I just had to heat up. So
Yeah.
it wasn't until my junior year of college where I just lived in an off-campus apartment. It's just you. So either you're going to spend all your money or you're just going to go to the grocery store and figure stuff out.
Yes, sir.
And I remember the first thing I ever made. Well, I started with ground beef.
Okay. Nice.
Because that's what my mom told me to start with. She said, start with ground beef.
That's
you can make a lot of stuff off of ground beef.
That's a good intro.
You really can't burn it unless you just do something wild.
Unless you just like leave it.
Yeah.
Like for hours.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to tell when ground beef done. So she's like, start with ground beef. So started with ground beef. I think the first thing I made was like spaghetti or something.
Come on now, spaghetti.
Yeah, so I started off easy. Then I just started going off of ground beef. Spaghetti. Can make some nachos. And whatever else with ground beef.
Meatballs?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
That was nothing. So I started with ground beef. I got comfortable with ground beef.
Graduated?
Well, no. What I started doing, I got ground beef down. Then I worked my way to breakfast food because I like breakfast.
Oh, okay.
I got versed in breakfast food. I can do everything except pancake. I still can't make a pancake to this day. It's the type of pancake I like, and then the flip and just making a decent sized pancake. I still struggle with that. I haven't tried though in a long time. I'm pretty sure I can now and then. I got me a good
skillet.
Yeah, what's the good one? Cast iron. I got a good cast iron. That's like the perfect size for like the ideal pancake that I want. Because it's a certain type of pancake.
You like it crispy on the edges?
Yeah, but I like a thick ring that it's a skill to obtain it. I'd have to show you, but yeah, it's like a certain type. I'm very particular with pancakes. I don't want a flapjack or like the ones that you can buy from like any chain. I don't like those type of pancakes.
Like diner.
I don't like those from anywhere. But anyway, so I got good at breakfast food. I got that down for the most part. And then I kind of just operated in that little safe space, man. I didn't really venture into any other meat or anything.
So you were cooking things that were like hard to mess up.
Pretty much. And then like what I do is like I maybe get some frozen stuff that I could just heat up and kind of freak and
add-ons.
Yeah, a little that I have to cook or make. And I was just putting it together then, right?
Yeah.
And that was my junior year. Then I had a roommate the next few years that cooked. So I didn't even have to.
Yeah, you ain't got to go up in there like that.
Yeah, I just had to contribute financially. And then, honestly, it wasn't until I got my first apartment where I was just like, nah,
I've survived like that.
And I've experienced what eating out almost every day. You kind of get burnt out on everything, and you look at that bill at the end of the month, and you just be shocked. So then, like, I got my first apartment by myself, and I just started experimenting. Like I said, I had ground beef down.
That's what you do. Moved
to chicken, and I just worked my way.
Yeah, for sure.
Didn't,
For sure.
I just took it one dish at a time, And
I noticed that what I used to do when I was learning, like you said, ground beef. I do ground beef, and I do variations of ground beef. Okay, I can cook it like this. I can cook it like that. And then once I got like 3 or 4 good dishes, I moved on or whatever. You know what I mean? I did the same thing with chicken and so on. So,
but because people just like that's younger, they just don't cook.
We don't really cook like that, bro.
They don't.
But think about it.
Because they even had like a report by the USDA, and then revealed that millennials, they consume food in a restaurant or bar around 30% more often than any other generation.
So we're the going out to eat generation, opposed to cooking,
or just food delivery now too. So it's even more.
Think about it like that. Like it don't even got to be like. Because remember, like, going out to eat kind of was an occasion. Like, we doing it for something.
Yeah.
Or if we get, like, fast food, it used to be, like, really pressing times. Like, after a football game, you didn't play your basketball game. Mama got to drive back from whatever school y'all was playing at. She ain't about to cook.
Yeah, somebody just got paid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was normally like you just didn't eat out just because. It was normally like something driving you to eat out.
Yeah. Nowadays, just like, I don't feel like doing it.
I'm gonna say it's more of a reason to cook. Like how it was to
go out to eat.
Yeah, it's like that to cook. Like, no, we're trying to do this, or we want to do this, so we're gonna cook it. Like, it's not just a common. It's Tuesday.
Yeah. I ain't think about it like that.
But yeah, it's kind of reversed.
It has reverse roles like that.
Yeah.
But like the convenience of it. I know in that Will and Good article that I was reading, I put it in the description. He was saying like the guy, I forgot his name. I added in there, or if you can find it. He was saying that that 23 to 38 millennial range that we're in. He was like, why wouldn't we choose convenience? You know what I mean? Like, we got to, so most of us, we wake up early, go work out. We go work a job, which is already 8 to 10 hours. You know what I mean? And that's just at the workplace. Then you probably got to commute home through traffic. You know what I mean? And then after that, then you got to go through the whole process of defrosting, and all that stuff. And
because I was saying, like, at the end of the day, that's not how you want to choose.
Yeah, that's not how you
few hours you have to do that.
The few hours you have to yourself for like decompression, and things like that. Like, it still feels like a task. So we have, I guess you could say, adapted or opted out of that and chose convenience of, okay, I'll just go get this Chick-fil-A.
But that's just like our generation as a whole, like convenience. Like, they're gonna always choose convenience. And convenience is about cooking is convenient for the most part.
For the most part.
But what I had to do for me personally to like, because I'm a frugal person, so
okay, let's go.
How I thought about it is, if I'm gonna go out to eat, I'm gonna spend at least heck these days 10, if not 12, just on some, like, I'm just picking up food, not having the experience. You might spend $10 to $12.
Don't be in a relationship.
Oh man,
don't be in a relationship, man.
That's when that price can get
crazy. Get crazy.
But no, even though like that, you might spend $10 to $12, but that's a meal.
One meal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say then most people eat 2 to 3 times a day.
Right. So, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, now you're spending. Well, just to be nice, we'll say at the minimum $36
a day,
give or take. Yeah, and then you got 7 days in the week, so that's over $200, and it's just like that's just on food, right? And it just adds up. So, because me cooking, it was never. It still isn't something I quote unquote enjoy. Like, some people like to cook. You're one of those, huh?
I was gonna let you go first about being frugal, and I was gonna tell you what drove me to cooking.
But yeah, that was the main driving force, just seeing the amount of money I save, to be honest. And then it eventually, like, because at one point I had like, I know it was all mental, but I had like a mental hurdle where it was like, if I cook, for some reason the food just, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy, even if like people around me said, man, this is good. Like, I just be like, it was like some, because you weird made it mental hurt. Yeah, it was like some mental hurdle I had.
Because because you know why? Because cooking is an art, and the artist is always gonna be his biggest critique. I swear to God, when I cook, I feel the same way. And this goes into what drove me to cooking. What really drove me to cooking was the essence of taking something and creating something out of it, creating a finished product that people can enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I told you, like my first time cooking on my own, I fried chicken for everybody in my apartment. Probably for like the maybe unassisted for the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's my first time cooking, but I loved the look on my roommate's face when they bit into the chicken. Like, man, this is good. And I love that sense of like providing for them. You know what I'm saying? Or like, look what I created, and they were able to be pleased, and they didn't have to spend their money. I might have spent my money, but they didn't have to spend their money, and also they like it and they're full, and everybody's happy. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what drove me to it, because I saw what it did to us as a family. Like, we love when my grandma cook. You love when your mama cook your favorite dish or whatever.
Food brings people together.
Man, bringing people together. It's like the main attraction at any function. Okay, what we gonna eat? Y'all gonna be cooking or should, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So for me, that's what drove me to cooking. I love the creation aspect of it, and it is an art. It is an art. You know what I mean? And as you go and you get deep into dishes, you start learning. Like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I gotta say, my mom, anything I ever tried, something new, that was the person I went to.
Same with my mama.
And then she was like, heck, been cooking for 30 plus years. So like, she don't measure anything. It's just like,
yes.
just put enough in there. Huh?
My mama used to put stuff on the stove and go lay down. Like, she'll get stuff started on the stove and just go lay down.
Yeah.
And then like we be doing other stuff next thing you know the food done. What, mama, you would just sleep for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, what? But now that I started cooking, I just had to triple salute her. Like, man, like you was making this stuff shake. You know what I'm saying?
Because, like I say, like once I started living by myself, I got deeper and deeper and started cooking more and more stuff. And it was to the point where it was like I couldn't cook a lot. I cooked a bit amount of stuff, but the stuff I could cook, I was like really good at it.
Okay.
And then,
excuse me,
I had subscribed to HelloFresh.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Well, I had a gift card for them, but I never used it.
Yeah, so they pretty much it's pretty cool if you're like trying to get into cooking, but you don't really know what to do.
Kind of get eased into it.
Yeah, but they pretty much, so what they do, you can decide how many meals you want, and they send you a box with everything for that entire week. And it's like they give you a massive card with directions like step by step, and they give you all the ingredients you need. And I just started doing that because, like I say, if nothing else, I can follow directions if they right there.
Yeah.
That just like
you tell me what it need to look like, what it need to feel like. Yeah, I can follow.
And that like, because like I said, I could cook some stuff, like nice bit of stuff, but man, that opened me up because like you could choose like whatever you wanted. Like they had like a list of stuff to choose from each week, and
I wish
we was choosing random because man, that's like that. Like I said, that really diversified me and put me in like a lot of different
different bags.
Yeah, a lot of different bags, and then it kind of put me on because honestly, I got like my little. I was just using the same old seasoning, and that got me into like different stuff. And I see why you use that because that bring that out, and now you can taste. Okay.
Yeah, like I used to remember. I think I was telling you one day on the phone. We was talking like 2 months ago. I was like, because I was telling you about what I've been cooking. You know, we always talk about what we're cooking. And I was like, bro, I don't want my plate just to taste like a big plate of Tony Sack.
Man,
you know what
I'm about to say that was the only seasoning I had for a long time.
Yeah. Like, and I've had like my old stuff. I could like, man, it just tastes like one big plate of Tony. Like it's like different stuff. But I use the same seasoning for everything, and I learned
Tony is the GOAT.
Hey, it's the GOAT. It's key.
I still use it.
Hey, it's a candidate of Tony's, right?
I keep one of those.
I keep that Tony.
You get the regular, and they got the more spicy.
The more spicy. Then you got the Creole with the little darker red top. Hey, come on now. And then anyway, and I started saying how like I started experimenting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I started experimenting and I started realizing like, oh, this is what you do for this. And you know what I'm saying? Like, here's a different flavor. You know what I mean? And it was very enlightening and I loved it. I loved the whole experiment. Like, I was a science dude coming up, like student. Like, that's what I was into. So I was into experiments. Like, and cooking is like an experiment. It's like a mini experiment. Like, you control different things on this heat and you're timing it and things like that. Yeah. So let's see what's gonna come of it. Especially when I started getting into the, like, okay, I take it back. I tackled, was it 2016? No, 2015. One of those 2 years was the first time I tackled a turkey for Thanksgiving. But keep in mind, the first turkey I did, I didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I was still in college. Yeah. And honestly, it was just me and my Corey. We just had Thanksgiving together. Yeah. And I cooked that little small turkey, but it came out good.
Yeah.
But last year, me and my mama, we had a little turkey off because I had been refining that recipe. So I finally was like, man, mama, let me get the turkey this year.
Yeah.
And that's a big moment for me. That's a big moment in anybody's household. Like when they start asking you, like, you gonna cook, you gonna bring something to Thanksgiving? Oh, me? For sure. You know what I'm saying? So
I had that coming of age moment. This year I did the ham.
Oh,
For Thanksgiving, because this was my biggest critique. And
yeah, I remember you said, go ahead.
My family, the sides, put up against anybody in the world. They can't be better. They can only be as good because they're that good, the sides. But the meat, man.
I won't say nothing.
The meat, because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Okay.
Family, food, football, no capitalism. Just get to enjoy one another.
Yeah.
And that's normally the holiday where everyone's going to come, Christmas kind of,
if you can make it,
people,
if it's in you,
or you might have to go see other family, but yeah, man, I never understood. Like, it was so frustrating. Like the sides can't be up here. Like, I'm talking best of the best. I got that much confidence. The talk was heavy. And then when the meat is like, man, I'm just getting enough to have a protein. Like, it was that.
There was a drop off. Yeah.
And I was tired of living with that, man. And
you had to step in.
I was like, man, I got the ham. Like, don't worry. Like,
what they said to you when you said that?
Man, my mom, she's so easygoing. She didn't care. She was
okay.
Like, okay, I'll just buy you one and you can do whatever you want to.
My mama kind of took it as a challenge when I said the turkey thing. She was like, what? She said, you gonna make the turkey? I said, yeah, I got that. Let me hold that down.
Now my mother was like, you wouldn't let me cook anything, but he can just take that. I'll leave that there. But yeah, man, I took care of the ham, and
there you go.
It was a hit. Everybody liked it, and then I'm thinking, okay, it's over. We had that moment. Then my mom came again Christmas. She was like, "You gonna do the ham, huh?"
Oh.
It's like,
put that boy up there.
You got one? I mean, I can. I didn't plan on it.
Put that boy in the game, coach.
But yeah, so like that was like a big coming of age moment for me too, as far as like my cooking skills. Because like honestly, I've kind of just been cooking for myself and maybe like a handful of people, and I'm always kind of like, it's some stuff that I'm just confident in. Like, you can eat this, and I'm not worried about. I know this is fire. Like,
yeah, don't worry about that.
That gumbo there.
Oh, come on now.
That chili there.
Come on now.
And anything breakfast related. Then my famous hash browns. I perfected the art of a hash brown. It's to the point now. I say this strongly. They better than Waffle House hash browns.
Hey man,
I got in there.
Hey, you better stop, bro.
I got in there.
Don't maybe end this podcast, bro.
Got there,
you can't be saying that like that, bro.
Got there.
Man, hey.
I'm there. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's building up because it used to be like where I was.
Like,
it went from cooking for my survival to kind of liking it. Then I got the it just went more and more. I got better and better. Then like Hello Fresh opened me up. Then the quarantine.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't know it was all new. I was just like, I'm gonna just cook. Like, I'm here every day anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So cooking every day, trying new stuff, just trying stuff.
What's something you trying to add to your bag now that you ain't really just mastered?
That I don't have yet.
Maybe you tried it once, but you like, I got to go back to that.
I think the only thing that's like that's left for me that like I've been putting off because it's such an art, and I've seen so many people mess it up more so than get it right. But this is like my favorite food.
Oh yeah,
fried chicken, man.
Oh yeah,
I hadn't touched it yet.
You need to get up in there, man.
I hadn't touched it yet, man.
I love fried chicken.
I haven't touched it yet.
Hey, man, well, it is a delicate.
I'm not saying that's like my favorite food, so I'm like, I'm very critical on chicken, and I know what I want. I know what I kind of need to do to get there, but I don't know exactly how to get there. And
you know what? You just brought up. I'm gonna tell you mine, but you just brought up a very good point. Once you start cooking, you become critical of going out.
I was just about to say that because after the quarantine, when I finally started eating out again, I was like, I was like, one, I can do this. Yeah. Two, I don't even think this is that good compared to what I know I can cook.
Yeah. But I swear to God, I be out and I be like, bro, I could have made this at the crib and been.
Because I'm big on that, like with certain, like especially breakfast. Like I don't want to, unless it's like for more so social reasons.
Right.
I don't want to go somewhere and eat something that I can cook. Like I'm not about to go
like breakfast.
I'm not about to go get breakfast at a place where I'm getting like biscuits, eggs, and bacon and something like that basic. Like I was like, I could have cooked this and saved way less money.
Yeah, or they could,
and it would have been just as good, if not better.
They're not gonna make it like I'm gonna make it because I know how I'm gonna do my eggs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, they don't do
that. What I've been working on, I've made it twice. But remember when I was on my diet, curry. The curry. Hey, the first one, nailed it. Extravagant.
Yeah.
The second one, so I'm on a quest to recreate that first one. I know that's a bad way to think because you can might be chasing the dragon, so to speak. But that curry, and that was when we was basically vegan. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see what kind of spin I can put on it with the curry. Oh man,
yeah.
I need that in my bag. I need that. I need it perfected though to where I can like. I eat it, my girlfriend will eat it, but I'm not comfortable serving nobody my curry. Yeah. I'm at that point.
Yeah, with it. Yeah,
yeah. I'm there with it, but I'm getting it.
I think that's the thing for me too. Is like I say, how it started off versus how it is now, where I'm like more into it, pretty confident with most stuff, because and like now, the first thing I do when I make a good meal is send it to you, kind of show it off. And
that's true. You
let boys know I'm here.
Hey, you do. Hey, your stuffed bell peppers be looking nice when you send it. I attempted them a couple of times and they good, but yours be looking good.
And then see stuff like that I learned how to do off of HelloFresh, and like because like I said, the recipe cards you can just cook. So I mean keep. So after I kept it and used it a couple times, I kept it in a drawer and I was like, okay, it's there if I need it. But now I know how to do it, and that's what I said. That's how I learned how to cook a lot of stuff. Because like I made like I had something from HelloFresh that was good. And I was like, I need to recreate this. Pulled that card out, did it again, and after that, I knew how to cook it. So that's what I said. That's what really kind of like opened me up to like a lot of different stuff, and that's what I kind of learned too. That it's like stuff not as hard as you think it is. Like when it comes to cooking, and once you know how to cook a meat, pretty much, at that point, it's just like.
But I noticed that, like you get those meats under control. Everything else is just kind of like extra.
Like a variation of that, and just packaging it differently.
You make your gravy from scratch?
No.
See, that's what I'm. Hey, see, that's a little calling card. But hey, I'm with you. I'm learning to make my gravy from scratch.
I'm about to say I've seen that man Kendall Hayes
make
that white gravy out of sausage or bacon grease.
That's the best sausage gravy I ever had.
Now I've seen him do that a couple times. I do know how to do that. I just don't like gravy like that type of gravy for breakfast. So I don't. That's not something I do. I can do that.
Yeah,
from studying him for years.
Man, I failed a lot at making the gravy from scratch. I ain't gonna lie. But this actually is kind of a good talking point because I want to read this paragraph to you. And it kind of contextualizes what we're talking about. It says, millennials aren't particularly confident in their kitchen abilities when compared to other generations. Yeah. Which could be leading to a reliance on prepackaged or frozen food. So like how you saying, if you need to survive, you got stuff in the refrigerator and you can follow directions. It says, a home improvement site called Porch, they surveyed 750 people and found that while 76% of baby boomers and 72% of Gen X consider themselves to be good cooks, only 64% of millennials said the same. They were also found to be less able to perform basic cooking tasks like making a salad or preparing salmon, and less able to identify kitchen tools like butter knife and garlic press or a garlic press. Perhaps this is because their generation is least likely to have grown up with parents who made home cooked food, according to the survey. Now, the last part, I'm not too sure if I agree with that. I think it's more like our parents cooked and we just went ate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there was a lot of teaching because that was like that's when it was transferring over, I feel like. You know what I mean? But I would say that, like, I think there's a lot of people that like, they couldn't do the basic things, but I think that just comes from us being in a convenient society.
And I don't think that's like a valued skill anymore. Like that's not something that people care about as much as they once did
back then.
Like, yeah, now people are more focused on like, I think like more career based skills and learning that, or more of their focus is on that. So when it comes to food, like it's not really a focus of theirs on learning how to cook or anything.
And I think kind of accenting what you're saying. I don't think that is that big of an indicator of how good of a person you are. Yeah. Like it was back then. You know what I mean? It was like,
I'm gonna say, because like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, you know, when you're looking for a partner, you know, like back then that was like a requirement, you know.
Yeah.
Most men wanted women that can cook.
Yeah.
And then like that stopped mattering less and less. But I guess that kind of go deeper into, you know, 2 income households. Yeah, and people having to work, so they don't have time to just be focused on that.
Exactly. And also, I would say that in those 64% of millennials that said they weren't good cooks, I think that they would say, like you said, they probably got 2 or 3 dishes that they can really cook. You know what I mean?
And then people these days, I think there's less attention span, and like, if it's not something that's instant, they kind of like, oh, I'm off of it. I'll just rather just
go get something.
Yeah, and then it's like they don't even want to bother to learn because it's not convenient and it might take too long.
And you can find it so easily.
Like, I'm gonna say, and then like with food delivery services now, it's like at the tip of your finger. It's not like you have to like even leave your house if you want food anymore.
Right. And there has been a commodification of like cooking in our society anyway. Like you go to the Instagram Explore page, there's a food section with everything. You know what I mean? Like, so people are kind of like just specializing in different things they cooked, and you find out there's different ways to supplement. Like people juice, people do the smoothie thing. Yeah, people just eat.
I think we just we just work more and. And then we just rely on convenience, so it's not a priority like it once was.
And like getting your nutrients and getting a quality meal is diversified now. It ain't just, you know what I mean? Like you said, like you could do like your breakfast, or you could just make your salad and just eat that. You know what I'm saying? But or like how you said you had the plant-based ground beef. You know what I mean? Like you can. Even if only you knew how to cook ground beef, there's ground beef out there that's healthy for you. And there's like options for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's actually healthy. It's frozen foods now that you can just heat up. Yeah. It'll just get you through the week.
Yeah, so. that Morning Star.
Yeah, it's not even really that much of a priority anymore.
I mean, and when you think of it like that, it just goes to show how like society is changing. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
No.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Me though? I'm a cook though.
I'm going to cook.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say that. I will cook.
But I say now, it's still like honestly, what saved me during the week is that I just meal prep. So either I'm gonna cook on Sunday or Monday.
I was just about to ask you that.
And then that lasts me throughout Friday. Then the weekend, I just now, like I said, I focus on eating healthy during the week. So then once Friday, after that lunch, because I'm gonna eat healthy that Friday lunch. But after that, from dinner Friday till Sunday,
you doing whatever.
I'm eating whatever. And most of the time, honestly, I eat out during the weekend. It might be a Sunday
meal.
Well, it depends on what I want Sunday. I might like make a home cooked meal.
I was about to ask you, because in the beginning of this podcast, you were saying when you were in college, you know, you being frugal and more cognizant of your budget, that's what drove you to cooking. Now, I ain't gonna count your pockets, big dog, but I would imagine that you probably in a better financial position than you were in college.
I'm not.
Okay. but I was about to say, well, I mean,
I'm just talking.
I was about to say, like, I mean, it sounds like you've got more, you kind of like lean more towards eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe that's the best way to eat healthy for you, is to cook it yourself instead of trying to go get it.
But even with that, I'm still a frugal person. So I just see it's way more pros for me to cook than to eat out during the weekday. It's like,
because what you're trying to accomplish when you're eating, you want to, not spend a lot of money. You want to get your nutrients and you want to be healthy.
Yeah.
You can do all that with you cooking.
Yeah. And then this is like, because for me at this point, kind of dry. Because if I didn't meal prep, it probably would drive me to eat out. But it's like I have such little time after work anyway.
You don't even want to take that time away from yourself.
Yeah, and it's like eating for me during the weekdays is just honestly a task. So if I have something healthy, it's already cooked. At that point, I just got to heat it up, eat, and so it's convenient for me the way I set it up, and I'm saving money. And like you said, I'm getting to eat healthy, so it just checks off all three of those boxes for me. But I could easily go the other way and be like, well, I'm gonna just eat out because I don't have that much time to be cooking every day. If I did that, I would be going to sleep in the wee hours of the night.
Yeah,
because that was the only thing about HelloFresh. HelloFresh was great, but it was like made. Well, I guess you could eat off of it 2 days, but they normally gave you like pretty one serving portions. So it was like you cook that Monday, now you got to cook again too.
Yeah.
Unless like again, maybe you cook it all in one day and just heat it up. But I wasn't doing that, so that was the only thing that kind of eventually drove me away from HelloFresh. I was like, I don't want to cook every day.
Not every day, huh?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I have to meal prep. That's like so important for me because if I didn't do that, I don't know what I probably would just eat out all the time because
I
can't cook every day.
Like definitely, we said 3 weeks was the freeze, but before that, I was cooking regularly.
Yeah.
In the weeks where I cooked regularly, like every day, it was pretty draining. I was just like, it became something because I enjoy it. I enjoy creating something.
Yeah.
It became something more of a task, and
that just made me realize like it's stuff because as I get older, it's stuff that I took for granted as a kid that I'm starting to realize how great of a feat it actually was for my parents, and the fact that my mom pretty much cooked every day. Like it was like more rare to eat leftovers. Like to the point where I would not like to eat leftovers because it wasn't something that happened all the time.
Okay.
So just seeing her like work a full day, then come home and cook every day, and like honestly, I couldn't imagine trying to do that.
That's why I said triple salute, man.
Yeah,
because like we cook now, and we're more or less cooking for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like these women were out here cooking for whole houses of people. Like it was 6 of us in there. You know what I mean?
Something they had to do every day.
Every day.
Like they didn't have a full day of work and they weren't tired.
Man. Oh man. And that's another podcast.
Yeah.
That's definitely another episode. But I don't know. It goes to show you that if you value it, if you want to do it, it's there. And there's a lot more outlets. If you feel like you not a good cook, there's so many outlets to learn.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's cooking classes. Like I say, there's stuff like HelloFresh that give you step by step. The only thing you have to do is be able to read. So
Instagram,
YouTube is your best friend.
Oh, YouTube! Oh my god,
there's plenty of options to learn how to cook if you want to learn. That's the thing. Most people don't. I have interest in it, but if you want to learn, there's a lot of resources out there.
There really is, and if you don't, that's your prerogative.
It doesn't really matter.
It don't.
Just be ready to spend.
Yeah. If you got it like that, you got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said earlier, I'm gonna go ahead, heat up them stuff, get them pots working. That's me. And I also like presenting things to people. So that's just me. I know I said that earlier, but I like that.
Well, this has been episode 8 of the Transferable Experience podcast. We thank you guys for joining us once again. Do all the things on all the things. Like, comment, subscribe. Articles will be in the description. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all taking this ride with us, man. Till next time.